Honestly, at this point, I trust a drag queen to do more for me than any government official.
Hi, and welcome to the Queer Vision podcast. I'm Becca, one of the co-hosts, and this is
Koee.
my other co-host. We today sat down with Alex, aka Andi Hades. We got to talk a lot about their experiences figuring out their gender, talking about drag and queer spaces, being a part of that and being comfortable in those spaces, and then becoming comfortable with yourself. So it was a really, really good conversation. Sit back, listen, because you'll want to get something out of this one.
You'll want to go to Hades with Andi.
Oh my God. Okay. Listen up.
Thank you so much for sitting down with us on the Queer Vision today, Andi or Alex.
Whichever.
What do you prefer to go?
Whichever.
Okay, T. Normally, we just ask you to say your name, your pronouns, a little short blurb about you, all that fun stuff, just for the viewers to get to know you better.
Sure. I'm Alex, or Andi Hades in drag. I use they, them pronouns. I'm a new-ish drag artist, kind of still figuring out how to be a human and a queer person in today's wonderful political society.
So fun. So easy to do.
Great. Yup.
So how long have you been doing drag then?
Since May.
Oh, okay. What made you want to get into it?
It's like a long journey, but it started actually kind of over COVID. I ended up crashing with a friend because my home situation was a little wonky. And he's like, as long as you're here, you're watching Drag Race with me because I cannot be watching the show and not obsessing over it. I was like, that's fair. So I got dragged into that. And then it became this whole like, why are so many people doing such boring things for drag on television? Like, I could do better. And I'm like a very beginner artist. And then, the whole conversation of, well, if you can do better, why don't you?
Right.
And then 2023, we ended up going to Queer Prom in Wilmington and seeing some local drag artists there, including a king local to that area called Xavier Diamond. And oh my gosh, I fell in love. Like, that's an option. I can do drag not as a feminine person. And I can do things that aren't just the traditional, like, beautiful type people. And it was this whole kind of like, there are options for me that aren't just what I see on TV. And that kind of like got up to like around like 80% of I could probably totally do this and not like lose myself. And then I saw a drag brunch. It was like Wicked themed, specifically with Ruby LaCour. And I was like, wait a second, this bitch is doing drag as Dr. Gillivan. There's no rules for drag. I can do this. And then I signed up for the glitter hour for May, and kind of rest is history, sort of, to speak.
Yeah, I feel like I had a very similar, like, I don't know.
Come to Jesus moment.
That was crazy.
It's a thing.
I mean,
it's
I
a
get what you mean.
phrase.
But yeah, I had a very similar track with drag, I feel like, because it was kind of like, oh, I saw it on TV, and then I went out more and I saw people actually performing, and I was like, this is a little different. And it gave me the confidence to really get on that stage, I feel like.
Local drag is so different than what's on TV, and I kind of hate that TV's kind of put this like glitz and glam filter on this art form. I mean, people are so different, drag is so different, but every time you turn on the TV, it's the same 5 characters just with different paint.
Yeah, I think there definitely needs to be more of the representation of all sides of it. And I feel like there is a good portion that is just like not friendly enough for TV, is what I feel like people would say, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like some of the shows that I've seen, participated in, I think the general public, especially like those pearl clutching Christians, would lose their marbles at. But I think we're starting to go in the right direction. I mean, the Drag King competition that aired earlier this year, I think was a good start.
I think, yeah, slowly but surely. I can hope.
Mhm.
We can hope.
And like more and more people are just getting bored with, just the competition side of things, I think.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've definitely noticed that as well.
As more people get bored with it, I think it creates a demand for drag artists like us.
No tea. I think also, like hello, it's gonna be a day. It always is, but it hasn't been as bad recently where, like, my thoughts will just, "Ooh," and leave.
There's at least one time in every interview
Not in
that
everyone.
oh, yeah, just not the last one. It happens. Anyway, no, I think this is just the whole conversation about diversity in general, right? Being able to experience differences and see people that are doing something you never even imagined being able to do
Yeah.
helps you figure out your niche so that you can then do the same thing for somebody else, right? So it's really cool that you got to figure that out. Thanks to one Ruby.
I'm honestly, like, curious if she knows just how many, like, people she's inspired to do drag. Because I feel like there's a few, especially on, like, the glitter hour
Mhm,
scene, the strut slut scene,
mhm.
like, I'm willing to bet there's a fair handful of us.
No, it's real. I think, like, Ruby was or Glitter Hour was my 2nd show, and it was supposed to be my first, but then I got COVID, so I wasn't able to do it. Right. Um, but I don't know, something about that space has just always been so powerful, and I'm glad that it's coming back. I saw
Yes.
that. I definitely put my name in. I was like, "Ooh, this will be
Same.
fun."
I thought it was
Yes.
too late because I got the I saw the
Me too.
Instagram notification, like,
Mhm.
13 hours after she posted it, and I
Same.
was like, "Oh, no. No, all the spaces are gone."
Where's it going to be?
It's at Chapel Bones.
Okay. That makes
Mhm.
sense.
So, what role has drag played for you within, like, I guess, your queerness or, like, your gender or sexuality? Has there been a prominent role in there?
Yeah, I mean, I think before I started doing drag, gender and my sexuality was just kind of like a whatever. I've not really
Mhm,
like been in a position where I felt like I had to be closeted or that there was like an assumption. I mean, Christian
mhm,
parents and all of that notwithstanding, but
Mhm.
the people I went to school with, I mean, my first girlfriend I had in 7th grade. Before that, everybody in my art class just kind of assumed that because I didn't get crushes on like celebrities or other people the way that they did, that I was ace arrow. Various labels kind of got put on me and I just didn't really care until I started doing drag. And then it was this like
mhm,
confidence in myself where I was like, no, actually, I do feel like I can make decisions about my own labels. Thank you. And maybe gender isn't something that I subscribe to in a way that most other people do. And I kind of really started like getting the confidence in myself to present as non-binary to people in my life. I mean, about a couple months after I started doing drag, I started going by Alex kind of socially. I had like a application that I was submitting last week and it was the first time I've like put my preferred name and pronouns on something for other people to see.
well,
And it's just kind of this empowering moment of I have this art form that gives me the confidence to take with me in
Mhm.
my day-to-day life, and it's been really awesome getting to grow as a drag artist and then seeing that growth kind of carry over into my personhood.
That is really cool. I feel like we've seen that experience a lot with drag and performance in general. Because there's something about like being perceived on a stage and you figuring out what role you want to play for people and then being like, actually, this one is really comfortable. I like this. And people actually aren't judging me. It's okay.
I think not so much just drag too, but like just being in more queer spaces because of drag. I mean, I had a whole Halloween weekend rager. It was crazy. I went to like 3 different parties. I was everywhere. And everywhere I went, the assumption of my gender was they, them, non-binary until told
Yeah.
mhm.
otherwise. And that's such a crazy feeling when you've previously only existed in spaces where the default assumption is what I look like. And
Yeah.
being able to exist in those spaces and look very femme based off of the costume I was wearing and people still going, "Oh yeah, no, that's a non-binary person." I don't care that they're wearing lingerie and a corset and giant eyelashes. That's a non-binary person.
Live, I think, like, I don't know, it's finding I feel like labels sometimes can feel constricting, but I do think that was something that I also kind of noticed within the queer community and nightlife scene is like, it almost gives you that shift of like, okay, by finding, not that you have to find an exact label, but like finding one helps you further find your community in a way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, my lovely flag, that's kind of the sexuality that I've been vibing with, but it's more just kind of this idea that people are people and I like you as a person, so, we should do things about that.
Mhm,
And trying to explain that to other people that aren't necessarily as in the queer community as I am,
mhm,
just kind of so many like, wait, so you're just bi? Like, no, that's not quite right. That one doesn't
mhm,
feel good. It's not that. But I mean, you just explained you were bi. I was like, no, please listen to the words coming out of my mouth. And then I join these queer spaces and it's like, oh yeah, no, I get it.
mhm.
Mhm.
And just having
Yeah.
other people that get it is so empowering. And I wish more people could have kind of the spaces to be like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is very helpful not to have to spend the energy describing what you're thinking all the time and what you're feeling all the time. And when people just get it, then you can have other conversation, right?
That's what even like so my mom is on this therapy journey, whole thing, but she recently put queer on something, and it just made me think of this because the doctor was like, "Oh, so like, do you like men or women?" Like I saw this queer, and she was like, "I mean, I don't really care. Like labels aren't important to me." And then she was like, "But like I sleep with men and women." She was like, "Oh, I didn't see bi on there." And I don't know. It's little things like that that remind me that sometimes outside of
The bubble.
the bubble is that people, even when they try to understand, sometimes just get things all jumbled up.
Yeah. And there is a lot to know. So it does help to be around people that are willing to explain it. But also, whenever you get the groups where you don't have to, it's so refreshing.
I mean, I see it even in, like, some other queer people too, like, there are a couple of queer
Yeah.
artists that, like, I follow on Instagram and, all of the Pride Month art and all of the things on the Etsy shops, and there's a whole lot of L, there's a whole lot of G, there's a whole lot of B, there's a
Mhm.
whole lot of T, and not much other than that.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's actually a large part of why we chose queer instead of the LGBTQIA plus and keep going with that label of sorts because it's like, there's so many labels and we're all one big community and we should actually all be like an equal part. At
Right.
least that's a large reason why I liked the word queer. I don't know why you liked it. I just talked for you there for a hot
No,
second.
that's really how I felt too. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been using kind of queer as a label recently just because I feel like it's so much easier to introduce myself to people as queer and
Mhm.
not
Mhm.
all of those nuances of my gender and
Mhm.
sexuality. I mean, there's a lot. People are complicated, and
Mhm.
the more we try and simplify things, the more we leave people out. And it's getting to the point now where we're about to have the whole stinking alphabet in that stupid acronym.
You're not wrong.
I think that's something like sadly some of society is like lacking, like the nuance of things. We've talked about it quite a bit.
Mhm.
But, like, even in this situation, I haven't really thought of it that way, but it's so true. It's, like, lacking by trying to fit someone in a box, you do lack the nuance that everybody is truly different and has
Mhm.
different little things about whatever label they may subscribe to or not.
Yeah, and I feel like using the, like, queer label gives you that flexibility too, where, like, I've seen it with you where it's like you've struggled with, "Am I trans? Am I trans femme? Am I" whatever, and it's like you feel like you have to fit into a label because we are told we have to fit into a label, and so seeing that struggle, it wouldn't be there if you were just allowed to play around and figure out what you like. It doesn't matter. It could be today you like this and tomorrow you like that.
Mhm,
Doesn't matter. So queer gives us that flexibility, I think.
I think that's why I've, like, kind of transitioned into this idea of non-binary rather than gender fluid.
mm,
'Cause, like,
Mhm.
somewhere in between is probably a little bit more accurate, but the days where I am feeling more masculine, I don't necessarily want to be considered a man. There are days where I feel more feminine and I don't want to be considered a woman. I don't really want to
Mhm.
be considered any of those words ever. Like, I think, like, the light bulb moment for me in regards to that, my dad was having a conversation with me, and he just went, "You're my daughter, so I have to," et cetera, the rest of that sentence, and I flinched at that word, like, outright flinched. I was like, "Oh, so this means something, and I should think about it."
It is good to be able to have those, like, introspective moments, I feel like. Like, I've been working through that with my therapist a lot of, like, "Why did this thing make you upset? Let's break it down." And then it's like, "Okay, is this something we need to modify? Is this something, like, we need to talk to somebody about or ask them to change their behavior? Or is this just something, okay, I learned something about myself, and now I just know this thing."
Therapy's
Yeah,
It
great.
happens.
Everybody should do therapy.
Yeah,
that
agreed.
part.
Agreed. With a good therapist.
Mhm. And my therapist is great. She calls me out on my bullshit too, which is awesome. Like, I
Yeah.
sat down and I was like, "Everything's fine, everything's going perfect in my life. I have friends, and they actually don't say mean things about me, and I feel like I'm on top of the world, and I don't think I need to do therapy as often anymore." And she's like, "Sit down, you're in a manic episode."
Yeah.
You like that? Truly relatable.
They really do just hit you where it hurts sometimes.
I kind of need it. I mean,
Mm,
Yeah.
I've not
I felt
had, like, therapy resources until I've, like, become an adult. My
mhm,
mental health has been a whole roller coaster, and I think that's why I've not been able to really, like, explore the nuances of my queerness until I've gotten that help. I mean, I somehow managed to get all the way through high school and then get an ADHD diagnosis, and then all
mhm.
the way through, my teen years, and then get the bipolar diagnosis, and then all of the nuances that come with that. And it's hard to learn yourself if you're so busy trying to fight your own brain.
I like the way you put that because I feel like that's something that, like, we struggle with a lot. I was gonna say we all, but I don't know, maybe other people don't struggle with that, luckily, I guess. Um, but yeah, I think that's something that, like, you're taking so much energy just fighting yourself, and especially for AFAB people, like, it takes so much longer to get a diagnosis because either people are like, "No, you can't possibly have that because you're acting how we trained you to act," mm, or, "You can't possibly have that because we haven't done enough research to actually know it looks a little different for you." And I think we're lucky that we're now in a time where people have researched it a little bit more so we can get those diagnoses and get that help. But I feel you. I mean, I went all through college not knowing that I had ADHD, OCD, any of that. So it's hard and it's a lot of energy that we shouldn't have to spend. Could be doing so much else.
I dealt with the same thing too, like, I didn't get, diagnosed with ADHD until I was out of high school and way past. But it's also hard too when, like, I don't know, if you're in, like, a fight or flight, I feel like, one, to step up and take care of your mental health, and then even think about anything else of, like, "Oh, who I am." And, like, I think that's a thing too where I'm even still, like, training myself to get out of fight or flight
Mhm.
because my childhood and my history is complicated, and when you've thrived in chaos for so long in your life, it feels so scary to be in calm. Like, that feels so much worse than 20,000,000 things happening and 20,000,000 fires you have to put out. It's like, "Oh, it's silent. That's spooky."
And then we tend to make our own fires so that we're comfortable, but then it's not necessarily healthy. Yeah, but I think that's where, like, having good people around you that are, like, going to hold you accountable, like, I know we have that back and forth sometimes where it's
Mhm,
like, I have times where I'm freaking out about something. It doesn't really matter. It's a timeline that I set for myself, and always like, "Bruh," or like Ellen, something like that, or like, "Okay, maybe you just need to calm down for a hot second and realize this is just a made up thing, right?" And then vice versa of looking at you and being like, "Hey, we don't need to take on 10 more projects right now just because 'cause we're happy and excited. It's okay. It's okay. Let's let's breathe." But surrounding yourself with those people, I think, helps you challenge yourself a little bit more in a way that gives you the opportunity to grow.
Definitely feel you on the people around you. My first few drag shows, my friend Connor designated himself as my stage mom because I
right.
had, like, no time management, no idea how long things took, and it was, okay, we need to be at the club here for door time. It takes us this long to get there. We have to get food because you're terrible about feeding yourself when you're anxious. Roughly should take you this long to get ready. And he's like shoving me into the bathroom, like, go glue your eyebrows down, bitch. I'm still really
That
bad
is
about
helpful.
time management. I think the past couple of shows I've done, I've been fully in drag and just like sitting in the living room for an hour before I have to leave.
That's
Yeah.
literally me. It's like it's that or I'm running out the door 15 minutes late. The in between does not exist.
No. It'd be nice if I didn't have like just that hours. Like I feel like I have to be doing something because I'm dressed to be doing something.
Mm, mhm. That really is the worst though, because 'cause I've been there.
This is the one I can't relate with because I'm so hyper focused on time that I'm like, if I'm not 15 minutes early, then I am late and I hate myself. So
So do you do any other kind of art or anything, or is drag kind of your main art, outlet?
It's kind of the main outlet now. I've been trying to pick up some other things. I used to do art a ton when I was in middle school, and then high school hit and my mental health took a nosedive. I kind of
Mhm,
lost who I was as a person other than just like
mhm.
bare bones survival. So I've been working on picking some things back up. I know I like doing watercolors, but I'm not very good at it yet. But it's really calming, and the fact that I can just kind of like throw stuff on the paper and not have to worry about where it's going is nice. I don't have the space for it now, but I'm planning on when I get my next housing situation having a room specifically for all of my art stuff so that I can
Mhm.
make messes and not have to worry about cleaning them up and having functional space to exist as a person. I really want like art studio vibes.
Oh,
I'm a very messy artist. Like my creative process is to throw stuff around and figure out where my feelings are. I've been crocheting recently. I've got my most recent projects right here. I love the yarn. It's so
ooh.
it's
soft.
so pretty.
I'm making like
Love
a
it.
cape situation for a friend for Christmas.
Great.
And then I've got another blanket that I'm working on. That one's what the gay yarn on my bed's for.
I also love, like, your piece with, like, being a messy artist. I think that's something that I am learning to embrace within myself. Like, I recently was watching a video and this girl was talking about having intentional spaces to create mess, which is like exactly what you just described. And I don't know, I think there is something so powerful to that when you have the space and the luxury to be able to do it. But even if it's just like a table, just being like, okay, I can spread out, I can be messy. This is the one place that'll stay that way unless it really needs to change for something else. And I think that can be powerful because I've tried to like I'm just never gonna be that person, you know? Like, it's organized to an extent, but it's
It's organized chaos. I know where everything is.
yeah,
Nobody else knows where anything is, but nobody else needs to know where everything is.
exactly.
I think that one really started for me when I was like still taking art classes in school. We did all of these
Mhm,
different units on different kinds of art and all of the different styles and mediums. And we had a unit on abstract expressionism. It's kind of all of the cubes and the weird shapes and the getting your feelings out on paper without any of the like traditional rules of art. And what
mhm,
really like stuck with me is Jackson Pollock paintings. That's the messy art splatters, kind of throw stuff at a canvas.
mm,
And at the time when I was learning about that, one of the really big emotions in my life was anger, and I didn't have anywhere to put it, so I ended up lashing out at other people and hurting myself, hurting others, and it just was not a good time in my life. So I sat down, I got all of these like giant pieces of paper, giant canvases from Michaels, like really cheap shit.
mhm,
And I just acrylics and a hammer and my anger and I just got it out there. And I felt better. I mean, it was
uh-huh,
just one of those ways where I could just kind of get my feelings out in a constructive way without hurting myself. And it was
mhm.
just nice to have that space where I could just exist with all of my sharp feelings and not let that sharpness go anywhere other than this creative outlet.
That is really cool. I mean, I've always heard about like art as a therapy of sorts. And like, I know that there are a lot of people that they put their sadness into the art, they put their happiness in the art. But I think we talk a little bit less about anger. I think whenever you were talking, the first thing I could think of was like in Princess Diaries where they do the dart, and I've always wanted to do that. So that just reminded me of it.
I have tried that one before. Paint makes the balloons a little bit more tense than they should be, so most of the time the darts bounced off, which I hate that it doesn't work out the way it does in the movies because it does look really cool in the movies.
They must have watered down that paint
They
then.
had to have, yeah. It's unfortunate. But I mean, yeah, like just unconventional materials and art are so cool. And I got frustrated that the darts didn't work out. And so the thing that was closest to me in the garage was my dad's box of hammers. So it was like, you know what? Let's see what paint splatters get made with a metal hammer versus a rubber mallet versus just whatever works, man.
That is really cool and creative.
And it's just so powerful to like, I don't know, express your feelings through art. I mean, that's what art is. It's vulnerability and emotion. And I think drag even is like that a lot and can be, which I love a good fast fun number, but sometimes I love a little theatrical piece. Sometimes I love being emotional because it's like, oh, I can be emotional on this stage and pull everyone in with me to this emotional place. I don't know. It's just
It's been like
express your emotion.
yeah, it's been one of those spaces where I've, like, used drag to, like, kind of reteach myself humor. One of the other many list of things going on in my brain is I'm also autistic, and so with that, I have to kind of reprocess what is and is not a joke. So having a space where, like, I can be intentionally funny and it's okay if the joke doesn't land, and then being able to, like, make myself the joke. Like, I've not been comfortable being the butt of a joke until I started doing drag. Was like, "You know what? If people are laughing at me, they're at least paying me." So
That part.
Yeah, and there's also something about you choosing to do it. Like whenever somebody else makes you the butt of the joke, you don't get anything out of it. You're just getting made fun of. But whenever you make yourself the butt of the joke, then you are also getting to experience that joy of the joke. Yeah, I like that a lot. And I also like watching people like you who, like both of you, who take the thing that you want to make instead of what you think other people are going to enjoy. Like, this is art for you. That's what makes art for me. I feel like whenever you see somebody lose their spark, it's because they started doing, well, what song do I think people are going to like more? Which outfit do I think people would like on me? You know?
mhm. I've got, like,
It's more
a
about
rule for drag. I will never pick a song for drag that I did not already know the lyrics to before I had to submit my music for the show.
Mm,
it's real.
One, because
that's
I'm
smart.
gonna flub words, and if I flub words, I would at least like to have some vague sense of this is where the words are supposed to go next. But
Hmm.
two, it's a song that I know, and if I know the words to, then I know the feelings there, I know the energy there, I know the beats there. I don't have to make myself learn choreography. I don't have to make myself learn just general body language. Like, I can focus
Mhm,
all of my effort and energy into connecting with the crowd, connecting with myself. It's a
mhm.
lot more fun that way. And I
Hmm.
hard rule.
That's really
Yeah.
smart.
I have to, like, agree. Also, like, touching on the not learning choreo, not having to, like, train your body to flow with a song is so important. This is something that I've even been working on within my own drag is, like, finding that balance between what is, like, practicing and what is too much practicing, what's, like, choreo too much, and it's different for everyone, but I do find, like, when I am more, like, calculated and putting more choreo in and, like, "Oh, I wanna do this, this, and this," half the time I'm, like, so much less engaged with the song and with the audience, and while, like, having big, like, things is really fun, I think it's all in that balance of, like, "Okay, what can I do and still keep myself engaged with the audience?" Because if you're enjoying the song and you're lit up, like, that's gonna mean more than anything to the people in that room because it's really an energy transfer in a weird way.
Mhm. Yeah, the last show that I did, the I keep wanting to call it the steel drum. It's the steel string, right?
Yeah,
Um
still string.
So the original plan for my "Hey There, Delilah" number, I had a friend that was coming, and she was going to be
Mhm.
my Delilah, and then she got a migraine, and I did not wanna drag her out to Carrboro with a migraine, and I was like, "No, babe, stay home. Do not worry about me. I can figure something else out." And so I'm like sitting there during intermission, like, so I have to find a Delilah. Who am I going to pick to be my Delilah? Wait a second, everybody can be my Delilah.
No, I live
Spent the
me
entire song.
Oliver's
It was so much fun to
link.
just go to different tables and like, you know what? You're going to get serenaded for the next 45 seconds.
Yeah, they kept kicking their feet up on every single table,
Oh my
and it
God.
really did become very comical because it was just like everywhere.
Is there a video of this?
I hope
You guys
so.
need to start videoing yourself more.
Okay, first of all, that's hard. Second of all,
The lighting there was pretty bad.
yeah, I was trying to take videos of everyone, and then my phone ran out of storage. So
Okay, that's the
tried to be
reality
a
of
good
life.
team player.
And like I had a friend that was supposed to be taking pictures too, and he comes up to me after the show. He's like, "So I have pictures, but you can't even see what color shirt you're wearing." So like,
Yeah, the lighting there is. I've been in worse actually, so I'm not even gonna say anything.
I mean, it was
I'm
good for
actually
the
not gonna
live
say
show. I think for photography, maybe not.
Yeah, that is also for drag photography, I feel like is hard depending on who you are and how you move. Like, I'm such a fast mover. I don't expect anyone to ever get a good photo of me on stage. It's just I'm running around too much.
It does happen. We need to find somebody that has sport mode on their camera.
That's what they need for me.
Or the cameras that they use to take pictures of those like cars that are driving really fast.
Mm.
Because that's apparently a thing on Instagram is people will get in the backs of cars and lift the trunk up to take pictures of other cars that are going really fast and try not to get flagged down by the cops.
I mean, yeah, for the art.
I just think that's fascinating is how many different ways people see art. Cars are
Yeah.
art to some people, and you know what? Not my cup of tea, but who am I to judge?
I have Fast Cars and Freedom by Rascal Flatts stuck in my head.
I don't know that I know that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So the only Rascal
My brain has
Flatts
been
song I
doing
know
that.
is "Life Is a Highway."
That's a good song. Let's hopefully get that one stuck in my head next. Or, my God, Miss Mayberry is fun too. For anybody who's listening. Obviously, I grew up on country. Anyway,
Yeah,
sorry.
fine.
My brain just keeps doing this thing lately where it's just like gets random songs stuck in it.
I mean, honestly, I
Also,
think
you're rushing shit.
I think you could argue that podcasting is a form of art, and so we're just letting our art go in the direction that the art has chosen.
And that's why we don't have a plan.
Yeah, we never come in with a plan. Like we kind of look at like what topics like you want to talk about and like we'll kind of try and bring those up, but like where the topic goes, it goes. It's a FaceTime call.
It's how podcasts
Yeah.
should be. All those people that like
Agreed.
sit and like be grumpy at like the universe, and that's why most podcasts I just cannot sit with.
Yeah, that is valid. I don't know. I'm like, one of my toxic traits is I'm like such a self-help girly. Like, it's bad. One of my favorite things lately is like taking notes on YouTube videos. It's always a self-help YouTube video. And I'll spend most of my time doing that instead of actually doing the things.
Now I know where the time goes.
And I'm just like, ooh, I'm researching and studying, but I'm never graduating. I will graduate. I'm getting there.
You're doing so good.
Thank you. My house is actually getting more organized.
Yeah. It's just hilarious that you admit to me on a podcast that that's where your time goes.
It's just a little something I'm doing for myself.
I'm just gonna sit down and like lock in 5 hours later. Yeah, like I haven't done anything, but like I'm gonna lock in now. Next day, yeah, I really didn't do anything, but like I swear I'm doing it now.
Oh, and that paired with like the time blindness, that's always like the most fun. I was like, I will start this task in 10 minutes when this YouTube video is done.
Mm-hmm.
I will start this task in 25 minutes when this YouTube video is done.
Mhm.
I will start.
Real.
Yep. And if you go like 1 minute over, then you can't. You said 10 minutes, so now you have to do another 10 minutes because it was.
Now, to be fair,
To be fair,
I've only been doing this note-taking thing more recently, like this week, like after my day job. So I'm focusing more on this, and I've actually done more work this week than I've done.
I'm so proud of you.
Yes, thank you. So now that we've derailed the conversation to funny places, as we're getting closer to the hour, was there anything you wanted to talk on or touch on?
Honestly, just like how little bravery it actually takes to do things you want. Like that for me was like the big one as far as kickstarting drag. Like I thought it was this big, like I have to have all of this confidence, and I like all of these other performers totally look like they're 100% confident and comfortable on stage, and we're not. We never are.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I didn't realize it was normal to have all of this like worry until I started doing it. And more just kind of like if there's anybody listening that's like thinking of doing something, but thinking they have to have these qualifications or this prior knowledge, like just do it. Just do the thing. Do it wrong, then do it better.
Exactly. And I think, like, I don't know, that's so powerful and something I think we've talked about a lot on here. And part of the reason that makes me want to continue to do this so much, especially with entertainers too, because I think it's important and some people would disagree, but I think to like break the wall just a little bit. Maybe not break the wall, but like add a door and let people walk in every once in a while and kind of see, hey, we're real people. Like, you can also be doing this thing. Like, we all have the abilities to create and express ourselves in however we want.
Mhm.
But I do think, yeah, I really appreciate you bringing that up because I do think that things often feel way bigger than they are, especially if you're like neurodivergent. I feel like it even hits us harder. But yeah, it really is just like taking that step and being like,
Yeah.
I'm here, I'm doing the thing, and I'm not going to do it perfect and being okay with that. A baby doesn't come out of the womb dancing.
No. I mean, especially with
Gotta practice
drag.
it.
I mean, it's such a great community. I mean, so many people are just ready with open hands, open arms to catch whatever needs to be caught. I mean, at any time too. Like at the Halloween strut slut, I was like so confident in my concept and in this like process, and like I walked on stage feeling myself, was having a great time. I came off of the stage having like sensory overload because I was not ready for fake blood to have that texture. And like I'm walking into the bar area with like flappy hands, and I look like I'm about to cry. And there's like 5 drag artists in drag or out of drag there, and they're just like, you look like you're having a time. Let me like walk you to the bathroom so you can wash your hands. Let me get paper towels so this isn't touching your skin anymore. Let me get you a drink so that you have some water and you're not like sweating and dying. Like I didn't have to ask for those things. I just had a community that was there ready to catch me when I fell.
Which is very, very helpful. Like, I feel like sometimes whenever I'm not in the drag world, right? And so, like, whenever I started meeting people, like, it's almost like we put them in, like, a bubble, and we're like, "You're on this pedestal, like, you're this amazing performer, like, I can't touch this." And then, like, once you actually meet them, you realize, like, "Oh, they're human too," right? And they experience a lot of the same things as you, and I think this is kind of like in real life, outside of drag, outside of performances, outside of looking at Hollywood, even looking at your neighbor and just assuming, "Oh, their life is great, like, they're doing great. They have their shit together. They're perfect." They don't. Like when you become an adult, you realize the adults aren't really adults because they don't know what they're doing either.
Yeah. We can't trust anyone.
Exactly.
I got to my first apartment. I was like, I need an adult to do all of the adult tasks for me.
Yeah.
No, for real. But it's like, I don't know. Even the realization that, like, I feel like when you're young, you're like, oh, doctors know everything and the firefighters. And I'm not saying I love police, but like, as a kid, you're like, woo, like all these people that are supposed to protect us. And you grow up and you're like, oh, wow.
Oh, those are the people that are designing
Mm,
our bridges.
okay. I don't know. But
Honestly, at this point,
I'm
I
thinking that.
trust a drag queen to do more for me than any government official.
Oh my gosh, let's just take over the government and replace everybody with drag performers.
That's actually scary. There's some, I can see it. I see the vision.
I think it would be fine.
I think it would be like,
Would it sometimes be catty? Yes, but it would be much more fun than it is currently, and they wouldn't try and kill people by taking away our healthcare.
Is this the start of your Koee for Mayor campaign?
I don't think Koee would be very good. Let's say Ruby for mayor
Ruby for mayor. Okay.
yeah, I'll nominate that.
or governor. Good governor.
We're writing her in.
My God,
No, I'm
she's
just-
a hot governor. She's great in a suit.
I don't know how much of that suit would stay a suit. I think a lot of that suit would be replaced with lace or fishnet, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, depends on the day, you know? I'm sorry, I just imagined a room full of all the people we've interviewed.
Not a room full of
All the people we interviewed
Your
around a
face
circle.
really just sent me.
Around a circle, just figuring out how to fix the government.
I personally am a big fan of the burn it to the ground and start over philosophy.
Yeah.
I mean, real.
Sometimes,
That's all we can do.
you need a good forest fire to prune the forest. Maybe we just need a good government fire to prune the government.
For the government that's listening, we don't know how to plan that, so we won't be in charge of it. Please don't arrest
Yeah.
us.
No
But also,
arson over here.
agreed. Okay, anyway. It was really nice getting to meet you.
Yeah, no, this is great. I've had so much fun, and like I really appreciate the work that y'all do to like give queer people a space to talk to other queer people and to exist in spaces that love and support people that need that love and support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. I know we both do.
That's why I said thank you.
I know. But then I was like, I really appreciate that. And I was just like,
Okay, I love you. You're great. Thank you for being here, though. Thank you so much for sharing your story, and I know that people will get a lot out of it.
I hope, if nothing else, it's just the confidence to go and make a mess, be a mess, be yourself.
Exactly.
That's real.
I love it.
Well, we will let you go enjoy your Friday. Do you have any big plans?
To watch people break video games because rash physics are
good.
broken, and I'm gonna crochet and
Good.
maybe go lay down on my driveway because the sun is really nice right now and I'm feeling like a lizard.
That's so real.
That is a thing to do.
I feel like that needs to be the hook to this
Yep.
episode. I'm gonna go lay down on my driveway like a lizard. Yes.
Yep.
You don't even get that line until like the very end of the podcast, so you keep
Yeah,
all of your
exactly.
listener retention.
Well, thank you so much again.
It's nice meeting you.
Me too.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Queer Vision podcast. I hope that you enjoyed sitting down with Alex as much as we did today. We talked about a lot in this episode, so if you stayed through to the end, you're a real one. And if you want to see some bunnies, then stay through to the blooper reel. You can find Alex on Instagram at Andi_Hades to see all of their drag and follow along on that journey. You can also find them gracing some of our stages every few months. And you can find us at queerlina.org, Queer Vision Mag, and we are Nasty Queer on all socials.
And queerlina.org if you really want to go see every single thing that we have, which you should.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for watching this one, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Damn, I look rough.
That's what happens when you dress like a conservative.
Just wait, I'm going back and I'm getting, they have a camo Pals hat. You know what Pals is?
No.
Of course you don't.
I'm from Ohio.
It's the one thing that my town started that was actually good.
It stayed there, didn't it?
If y'all have had pals, sound off below. Sound off below. 423 gang. I'm just kidding. I actually don't like 99% of you. And that probably means you if you're listening, because if you're questioning it, it's probably you. Like this.
No, because it looks like you're making advances.
I can't stand it.
Okay, now you're smiling at me through the camera and it's really making me uncomfortable.
My face is just, I should
You're
my
just like-
eyebrows off and I feel it.
Okay, are you ready? And Becca, one of the co.
Why are you laughing? I feel like I'm in school. I'm delirious.
Are you okay?
I think I was just like feeling really delirious. Ew, why am I feeling like that? And then I feel really bad.
I don't want to know.
Thank you so much for watching. Okay, I can't.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's what you say, like, you're dressed like a conservative, like, "Oh my god, I'm really incognito, I'm really getting them. I'm really getting one over on them." I'm redoing that.
Yep.